Hi and welcome to this video. In this video I will give an overview of the posts and archive widgets. Here I have added the posts widget to an empty page. Now let's go over the various tabs. First we have Query tab and the Content tab, Layout tab, Style tab and the Advanced tab. Let's start with the Query tab. If you are familiar with WordPress and WP queries, you notice that all the sections correspond to the arguments to the WP query function. So if you want to learn more about these various sections, just go and read on the WordPress developer site about the WP query function. In the first section, you can enable debug mode. And you can also select which post type that should be shown. Next we have authors section. Here you can decide which authors that should be shown and how. Use current post author or use a query parameter, so forth. In the categories section, you can also enable to use query parameter or predefine which categories that should be used. Same with the tag section. Here you can also enable the query parameter and also pre-configure which tags that should be used. Next we have the taxonomies section. Here you can configure a taxonomies query by adding new criterion and select the taxonomy you want to use, like so. If we go back to the post and change our post type to, for example, cafes, and let's go back to the taxonomy section and look at the taxonomies drop-down, you can see it has updated to display the taxonomies connected to that post type. Let's go back and change back to posts. Next, we have the where query. This is a special query that adds plain SQL to your queries. Let's give an example. And if we go and view the debug, you can see the SQL statement at the bottom. Let's disable again and remove our where query. Next we have the meta query. And let's enable it. Here you can configure numerous different ways to list the post based on data fields. And they all support dynamic tags. Next we have the date query. Here you can select based on when the post was published. Next is order section. Here you can decide which order the post should be listed. And you can decide if it should be predefined or via query parameter. Next we have the post and page section. Here you can decide based on post ID, post slug title, and return all posts, and so forth. And the last section is the pagination section. Here you can decide how many posts per page, and so forth. You can disable paging altogether. You can select which page that should be listed. can offset the results and ignore post stickiness. Next, we have the Content tab. Here you can select a skin to use. You can use the standard skin or a custom template. If you use the standard skin, you can decide what should be shown by enabling and disabling the various sections. Next, we have Nothing Found. Here you can enter what text you want to show when nothing is found. You can also predefine a template to use when no post is found. Next, we have the Layout tab. Here you can choose various types of layouts. The column width for each result, how it should be spaced, if it should be aligned center or even space and so forth. And then you have wrap and direction. Next we have style. And if you use the standard skin, you have these various options to configure and style your content with. If you use a custom template, you won't have anything to style except for the item. As you can see, Advanced is the standard Advanced tab. So this was a quick overview of the Posts and Archive widget. If you have any questions, just ask them in the comment section below, and have a nice day.